Hey, welcome back YouTube. Another episode of Lone Wolf Survival, and with me always are my partners in crime, Terry and Paul. And today we're going to be talking about improvised shelter making. And what we want to really drill down on today is that it's not difficult to slap something together to get you through a night. Now this isn't long-term survival. This isn't long-term anything. What it is simply a hasty shelter that I can put together that can get me out of inclement weather, whether it being rain, whether it being cold, extreme heat. Because even in a hot environment, as hot as is today, with the sun out, dehydration, heat stroke, a lot of different things come into play. So you've got to have some kind of shelter in order to help your chances of sustainability in even a short-term environment. So we've picked three of our top choices, and out of different building materials that you can throw together relatively fast. And I'll talk about as far as the time frame it takes to put these together. So the first one I want to talk about is just a basic, simple lean-to, and that's actually what is behind me right here. And all in all, roughly about 45 minutes to put this simple lean-to together. And understand that you can still add more to a system like this, but we've got a good set of coverage. It's actually a little cooler in here than it is out there. It's going to protect me from wind. I'm going to have a wind block. I'm also going to have, if it starts raining, I'm going to have a dry place to get out of the rain. I can set my fire pit up area out here. So this is a real simple system, and what I want to do is kind of talk to you about the construction of a system like this. And as you can see, you have your main support pole between two trees, and we just got it lashed with cordage. We've got three ridge poles here, here, and here that run down the back side of the lean-to, and then we simply taken green foliage and we packed it in and layered it and kind of woven it on top. So if you walk around back with me, and you can see right here, we've already started on one side. We started laying pine straw in on top of this to lock this in, to more waterproof this barrier. So you can see overall for 45 minutes, is it something I'm going to live in with the family? Probably not. Will it get me through a night? Absolutely. I can bed it with pine straw. I can pull in the sides. A little more work on this, and this is going to be a good sustainable shelter for 1-2 days, maybe 3, depending on how much work you want to put into it. For 45 minutes, there it is. I got a dry place to sleep tonight. So that's the first one. So let's step over here, and we're going to talk about another system. And this is a system that is also a lean-to type. But what we're using two garbage bags, two contractor's garbage bags that are slit. We take a piece of cordage tied between two trees. We weave the bag in on the top, and any water that we get is going to run off the back. And we've got sharpened up sticks on the back side of the bag to hold it down. Now I've bedded mine with pine straw, and I've still got a few sticks to pick out here, but in a pinch, I had this up in about 20 minutes. In a pinch, this is going to give me a decent dry place. It's going to protect me from any wind. I can fasten this in a little better. This really isn't that bad. I might actually stay here tonight. I'm just kidding too. So, and then you look at location. What do I have around me? Well, there was a hole in front of me, so I've gone ahead and grabbed some rocks and started a heat shield. And I went ahead and I put some wood in here so you can see I can have a fire here tonight. I'll get some more rocks and I'll stack these up and kind of divert this heat back in on me. And I'm in a pretty good spot right now for myself. Real simple. Two contractors' garbage bags don't take up a lot of real estate in a pack. They don't weigh anything. They also have multiple uses. If I have another one, I can take and actually fill it full of pine straw and actually make a improvised sleeping mat out of it, or a sleeping bag that I can actually get down in. So plastic bags have a lot of uses. And then when I'm done, I roll this up and I take it with me. You know, I can use it to carry materials in. I can use it for storage. I can also I can use it as a water filtration system, and we'll be showing you talking a little more about that in later episodes. But all in all, this is real super quick, real easy. I don't have to have a lot of materials. I don't need machetes or hatchets or anything like that. I can do this everything with working off of my side knife, and you know, is it the most comfortable in the world? No, but you know, it's not the Hilton. All right, so the next what we're going to do is we're going to walk back and we're going to talk about our third and our final shelter that we're going to be talking to today. So if you'll follow me back here. I always like doing these. These are a lot of fun too. And it's a simple pole system teepee. This takes about 15 minutes to put together. Using a canvas material that is all in all weighs about 3 pounds. You'll carry in my pack anyway. I can use this for a lot of different things. I can make a hammock out of this. I can use this type material for a lot of different stuff. So basic construction on this is I'm just going to go and I'm going to cut me some straight poles that are 6 foot, a little over 6 foot tall. I'm going to lash them together. You can see I pulled the material down so you can see the cordage where the poles are lashed together, and I'm simply going to wrap my material around the teepee frame. And what that does is, once again, is this long-term sustainability? Absolutely not. What it is, it's going to give me a dry place to sleep tonight. It's going to keep me out of the wind. It's going to keep me out of the rain. Also, if I got a fire pit right here and I got a small fire going, it's going to help in the summer with the bugs. So this is, you know, and I'm 6 foot. We were laughing about this earlier, but you know, it's not the Ritz-Carlton, but it's not bad. And you know, I bring in some pine straw and I make me a good bed and I fill these corners in. And can I sleep in here? Yeah, of course I can. And good wind break in a downpour. Is it gonna keep me completely dry? Probably not. But you got to understand, when you're looking at these situations like this, it's what I have available. It's what materials I have on hand, and what I can do with basically what nature provides me, and then what I provide myself. So we're going to walk back over and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the tools that you might need, and some of the things you need to pack out to bring to make structures like this. So we'll be back in just 1 minute. Welcome back, YouTube. So we've looked at the structures that we put together today, and I just wanted to talk about some of the tools that we use to actually build the tools in today's episode. You don't need anything complex or anything complicated. Everything today was constructed with a few simple things. A machete was the primary tool in building most of this. Different shapes, forms, and fashions of these. These are some cheap ones that we use. If you're going to have a machete in your pack, it's what you're going to carry with you, I would suggest that you do a little research and get a good one. Cold Steel makes a really good machete, as well as Gerber. You know, you can find I call them the flea market bucket machetes. You buy 5, get 1 free for $2. These are great for playing around and chopping, just having a good time. But am I really going to put a $6 machete in my pack and put my life on it? Probably not. But they're good. They're good for utility stuff. We use stuff like this for constructing a lot of our demo shelters and doing a lot of our demos in the field. For that reason, I don't want to use my good stuff. So machete. Also, once again, this is a small UST blade paracord wrap handle, which is terribly done, by the way. The paracord's already coming off. I've got to rewrap this one. a machete this size is good to have for primary, for cutting and chopping, because I don't want to dull the blade of my primary, my hunting knife, or my defense knife as I call it. Remember, you have 3 types of blades. You have a utility or general purpose knife, which is normally a pocket knife that you use for cutting, sharpening, skinning, things like that. And then you have your general purpose, which is your general utility. General purpose is your machete. I'm going to use this to chop limbs with. And then, of course, you have your primary, your hunting, or your defense blade. I don't want to take, my Wolf Creek and go out here and start beating on the back of it with a rock, because I keep a razor edge on this. I'm going to use this for defense. I'm going to use this if I have to skin an animal. So it's good to have a small short blade for that reason. And then another good item to have, and we've used before, is a bow saw. They don't take up a lot of real estate. They go on a pack real nice. There's different versions. This is a larger one. This is actually one of this, a 21 inch, one of the better ones. A bow saw can really help in taking fallen small trees. I'm not sitting here, I'm not wasting a lot, I'm not burning a lot of calories by hacking and chopping with a hatchet or a machete. I got a bow saw. And that's some of the stuff that we use today. So, but I want to show you the most primitive of tools that helped with a lot of construction today, which is, you may not have seen this, I have to go real far back now, which is the Ryobi cordless chainsaw. You should really carry one of these in your pack. I do. Actually, these are actually awesome. Good on the environment. It doesn't take up a lot of real estate. I actually have a solar, 12-volt solar charger system wired up to an AC/DC power inverter that I bring with me, and I keep in the back of my vehicle, and I can charge my batteries up. And this thing is phenomenal. I don't go in the woods without my Ryobi. If I could just figure out a way to strap this to the bottom of my M4, oh my God, I'd be so on it. So these are just some of the tools that you can use when you're looking at tooling for survival or camping. This is what you need to consider. Do a little research. Hatchets, machetes, axes, things like that. So, and make sure that you're carrying quality stuff with you. And that's going to sum it up for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. There'll be a lot more of these short episodes coming in. The next subject we're going to be talking on is water collection and purification. So, until next time, I'm Shane for Lone Wolf Survival, and we'll see you later.